going to share with you a very special story called I'm a Michigan Kid, an artistic tour of the Great Lakes State by Gary Bauer, featuring the paintings of Jan Bauer. When we are finished reading the story, I'm a Michigan Kid, you can choose to do some of the activities that have been developed for you to do following the story. And you will see that each one of the activities has to do with being a Michigan kid and being proud of it. Go ahead and look at the post from Miss Tina, and on that you will have step-by-step directions of what you need to do the activities. Let's go ahead and get started with our great story of I'm a Michigan Kid, written by Gary Bauer, illustrated by Jan Bauer. Surrounded by mighty freshwater seas, forests of hardwoods and evergreen trees, orchards and farms and lakes and streams, and wonderful people pursuing their dreams. That's where I live. I'm a Michigan Kid. Two peninsulas, grand and free, raise one voice and call to me. Look around you, come explore our 3,200 miles of shore. Peninsula shaped like a mitten and sock, call as I stand at the end of my dock. But how can I cross between upper and lower? I might need a boat with a very strong rower. Hi, I'm Micah. I'm a Michigan kid who loves the water, and I don't have to go far to find plenty of it. Michigan is nicknamed the Great Lakes State because it touches 4 of the Great Lakes: Superior, Huron, Michigan, and Erie. The Great Lakes make up the largest body of fresh water in the world, and 40 of Michigan's 83 counties touch at least one of these lakes. Wherever you stand in Michigan, you're always within 85 miles of one of the Great Lakes. Michigan's unmistakable shape can easily be seen in photos taken from outer space. The Upper Peninsula resembles a sock, and the Lower Peninsula resembles a mitten. Michigan also has more than 100 islands. The biggest is Isle Royal in Lake Superior. It is like an untouched wilderness. Drummond Island is big too, and tourists love to vacation there. Or a very long bridge like the Mighty Mac, the easiest way to get over and back. I look to the east and far below. What do I see going to and fro? Boats heading south, boats heading north. People-filled ferries speed back and forth. My name is Kara, and I'm a Michigan kid. My brother attends college in Marquette, way up in the UP. That's the Upper Peninsula. Since I live on the Lower Peninsula, that means crossing the Mackinac Bridge whenever I visit him. I've crossed the bridge lots of times. I'm always amazed every time. I never get tired of seeing the deep blue water 200 feet below. The Mackinac Bridge is one of the world's biggest bridges, spanning 5 miles across the Straits of Mackinac. Lake Michigan lies to the west and Lake Huron to the east. So, how big is the Mighty Mac? It took 3,500 laborers 3.5 years to build it. The 2 main towers rise 552 feet above the water. If you could stretch out all the wires and the main cables end to end, they would wrap around the equator 5 times. The total weight of the bridge is more than 1 million tons, or 25 times more than the combined weight of every kid in the state. Sometimes newcomers to the northern Michigan aren't sure how to pronounce Mackinac, and they make it rhyme with Cadillac. But the second C is silent. Pronounced correctly, Mackinac rhymes with drop your jaw and stand in awe. To Mackinac Island, a charming place where modern-day folks move at yesterday's pace. I'm Brittany, a Michigan kid who just can't get enough of Mackinac Island. My little sister likes it too. From The very first moment you step off that ferry, it seems magical. The smell of the lilacs, the clip-clop of the horses, the fudge, the souvenirs. It is all very cool. The Grand Hotel is grand, all right, and walking through Fort Mackinac makes it seem like you're going even farther back in time. It makes learning history fun. The next time we go, I hope my family will rent bicycles so we can pedal around the entire island. I can ride on a bicycle built for two. No cars are allowed, so I must decide. Go by foot, by bike, or by carriage. Back on the mainland in the UP, all kinds of marvels are waiting for me, like ship after ship in the busy Sault Locks. I'm Marina, and I'm a Michigan kid from Sault Ste. Marie, the oldest city in the state. The Sault is a great place to see large ships. The St. Mary's River connects Lake Superior to the other Great Lakes. Lake Superior is 21 feet higher than the other lakes. Long ago, Chippewa Indians carried their canoes around the rapids, but the boats of European settlers were bigger. Each boat had to be unloaded and the cargo reloaded onto another boat on the other side. It was slow and expensive. Business owners were thrilled when the Sault Locks opened in 1853. Today, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers lets thousands of vessels pass through the locks, free of charge each year. Some are thousands of feet long and carry more weight than 2,000 18-wheel semis can hold. If you travel west in the UP, you can visit Tequamanon Falls, explore pictured rocks, hike through the Hiawatha National Forest, go down into Copper Harbor's mines, or camp in the Porcupine Mountains. And that's just for starters. Tequamanon Falls and pictured rocks. What kind of creatures would you guess roam throughout the wilderness? Bear, raccoon, deer, and moose. Even wolves are on the loose. While on my Lake Superior trip, I just might stop and take a dip in any month of any day. Its chill can take your breath away. My name is Josh. I'm a Michigan kid and an animal lover. Michigan's popular name is the Wolverine State, but no Wolverines actually live in the Michigan wild. But I've seen plenty of other wildlife during our vacations in the UP, including large animals like moose and bear. The official state mammal is the white-tailed deer, and you can spot plenty of them if you keep your eyes open. We've seen smaller animals too, like otters and beavers, and waterfowl like loons and blue herons. The painted turtle, like the one I'm holding, is our official state reptile. You'll find all of our state symbols on the next to the last page, so wait and take a look. On the Lower Peninsula, what do I find? Breathtaking places that dazzle my mind. I'm Jasmine, a Michigan kid who loves to feel the wind in my hair and the sand between my toes. Every summer, my family visits Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. Its 2,500 acres stretch from Leelanau County to Benzie County. Miles of sandy trails are decorated with beautiful birds, dune grass, and wildflowers. The dunes rise 460 feet above Lake Michigan. See those kids near the top of this dune? They aren't really at the top, not even close. From where they are, they see even more sand disappearing off into the distance against the blue sky. So you think climbing it looks easy, huh? Trust me, it takes a lot longer to go up than it does to come down. Sailboats glide on sparkling bays. breakers rise in misty sprays. My name is Esther, and I'm a Michigan kid whose grandparents live in Charlevoix, the coastal town that has spectacular views of sailboats moving gracefully across the water like swans. What better way to spend a sunny afternoon than sailing on shimmering freshwater sea? From the northernmost tip of the UP to Michigan's southern corner, lighthouses like these at St. Joseph have lined our shores since the 1800s, guiding ships to safety through darkness, dense fog, and stormy weather. In all, Michigan has 116 lighthouses and navigational lights. Some of them are museums where you can learn about shipwrecks and tales from long ago. What lies inland? Check it out. Lakes and rivers filled with trout. It's great to have such clean, fresh air and water everywhere. Walleye and muskie, perch and bass lie beneath a pool of glass. I wonder just how long it takes to fish 11,000 lakes. I'm Nathan. I'm a Michigan kid who wouldn't want to live anywhere else. After all, here's where the fish are. There are inland lakes everywhere. Not only do we have the Great Lakes, but we have 1,100 inland lakes too. If you're in Michigan, you're never more than 6 miles from a lake. Houghton Lake is the biggest. The Department of Natural Resources works to make sure that we always have excellent fishing and hunting in Michigan. Once I'm 17, I'll need a fishing license, but I have a few years to go. For years, the trout was the state fish. But which? Brook trout, brown trout, lake trout, rainbow trout? In 1988, our legislators voted to specify the brook trout as our official state fish. So, how long would it take to fish all 11,000 lakes? I figure that if I fish 3 different lakes every single week for 70 years, I'll be getting pretty close. I think I'll try. Family farms raise herds and crops. My name is Mackenzie. I'm a Michigan kid from the eastern part of the Lower Peninsula, known as the Thumb. This is a region of good farmland. On my family's farm, we raise soybeans, sugar beets, corn, and many other vegetables. Michigan is also one of the country's leaders in onions, celery, asparagus, carrots, potatoes, and different kinds of beans. Many farms raise livestock. Cows are raised for beef or for dairy products. Sheep are raised for wool and meat. Pig farms provide us with pork, while turkey farms produce millions of turkeys every year. There are all kinds of farms in Michigan raising everything, from honey and maple syrup to cranberries and Christmas trees. Michigan has about 37 million acres, and our farm is about 2,500 acres of it. That's a lot of land, and I'm proud of my family and how it puts it to good use. Nearby towns have lots of shops. Bronner's Christmas Wonderland in Frankenmuth. My name is Tanae. I'm a Michigan kid who loves to shop, and that means Frankenmuth. Frankenmuth has over 100 gift shops. It's like a shopper's dream come true. Millions of shoppers go there every year to see toys and dolls, candles and clocks, cheeses and chocolates. It's a really incredible place. Then there's Bronner's, the largest Christmas store in the entire world. It's as big as 5.5 football fields. You could spend days there and still not see everything. The town of Frankenmuth is known as Little Bavaria. In 1845, Bavarian settlers came over from Germany. Today, you see their culture everywhere. As you walk down the street, you can even watch and listen as a glockenspiel tower tells the story of the Pied Piper. With so many shops, it can be hard to know where to start. The Castle shop has gifts, a toy shop, a chocolate shop, and a bakery. At River Place, you can see a laser light show play in foam ball factory or walk through a maze of mirrors. My mom likes the art galleries and antique shops. My dad loves the great restaurants. Me, I like it all. Just a few miles away are the prime outlets at Birch Run. Before we head for home, my older sister always wants to shop at these stores. Actually, I like it too, I guess. I'm a hopeless shopper. Across a hillside blows a breeze, through rows and rows of apple trees. I'm Richie, and this is my brother Johnny. We're Michigan kids who live in the same fruit farm our grandparents started. In the late 1800s, farmers realized that Michigan's climate and sandy soil are perfect for growing many kinds of fruit. Today, our orchards keep us busy. And not only apples, but also cherries, peaches, apricots, plums, pears, and different kinds of berries. Our fruit is used for all kinds of products like pies, jams, jellies, juices, dressings, and even salsa. Our state is a leading producer of cherries, apples, blueberries, and Michigan fruit is shipped all over the world. In fact, the fruit in the last pie you ate must have been growing on our farm. There's no end to the many chores on a fruit farm. Johnny helps with some of the chores, but as you can see, the older you get, the more is expected out of you. In bold and blue artistic strokes, past maples, birches, pines, and oaks, peaceful rivers wind their way through sandy soil, rock, and clay. Nippy air and autumn leaves mean shorter days and longer sleeves. I'm Zach. I'm a Michigan kid who lives by a river. Michigan's 3,600 miles of rivers and streams have always been a crucial source of water and fish for its people. They've also been an important means of transportation. This spot in Wexford County is known by the people who live around here as the High Rollaway. In the 1800s, when the logging industry was at its peak, loggers would pile up their fallen timbers all winter long. When the spring thaw came, key logs from the bottom of the pile were broken free of the ice. This sent the entire massive pile rolling down a 200-foot slope and into the Manistee River below, where they would float down river all the way to the sawmill. Nowadays, a lot of people just like me love to put their paddles in Michigan's many rivers. Canoeing and kayaking are popular outdoor sports and that any age can enjoy. More serious canoers and kayakers race competitively. The longest non-stop canoe race in all of North America takes place every summer on the Ausable River. It starts at Grayling and ends at Oscoda on the shore of Lake Huron. Grand Rapids was named after Michigan's longest river, the 260-mile Grand River. It flows through the middle of the city, heading west to Lake Michigan. Winter drifts of snow are cool. We sometimes even cancel school. Hello, I'm Samantha, a Michigan kid who lives by a lake. Ice and snow are things to be expected in Michigan winter. Extra heavy amounts of snow often fall on areas closest to the shore. This is called the lake effect. Old Man Winter can really pile it on, but our road crews are ready for it. They're good, sometimes too good. Once in a while, when I'm just positive they're going to call off, they don't, even though winter weather sometimes keeps the school buses in the garage. It can't keep me indoors. Before skating on the lake, I always check with my parents to make sure the ice is safe, and I watch out for ice fishing holes. Ice fishing is huge in Michigan. So is ice sculpting. Some communities have ice sculpting contests. The carvings are so amazing that it's too bad they even have to melt. Looking for a real thrill? Hit the slopes. Skiers and snowboarders of all ages and from all over the Midwest flock to Michigan every chance they get, no matter your skill level. Is both peninsulas offer plenty of great skiing at places like Boyne Mountain, Cabernet Peaks, Crystal Mountain, Nubs Knob, Shush Mountain, Norway Mountain, the Porcupine Mountains, and oodles of other places. Michigan is also known for its snowmobile cross-country ski races. Not that daring, eh? There are plenty of free hills to go down on your toboggan or sled. Try making snow angels or building the perfect snowman. Afterwards, a cup of hot cocoa with plenty of marshmallows will hit the spot. Here's my recipe for a great snowball fight. Mix a handful of snow with a pinch of attitude and serve chilled. Soon a robin will appear, indicating spring is here. Plants begin to bloom and climb. Suddenly it's tulip time. Windmill Island, Holland. Hi, I'm Trent, and this is my older sister, Randy. We're Michigan kids who live in Holland, Michigan, the home of the Tulip Time Festival. Every year in May, crowds of fun-loving people come to town to see millions of tulips and enjoy the activities. The whole town is buzzing with parades, fireworks, music, Dutch dancing, and different shows. Lots of people dress in authentic Dutch costumes, like the ones we're wearing. Wooden shoes and all. In Holland, you can get a tour of the only genuine Dutch windmill operating in the U.S. Die Swan, which means the swan, was built in the 1700s. In 1964, it was disassembled and shipped here from the Netherlands, the last windmill to ever leave the country. Today, it grinds grain into just flour, just like it did over 200 years ago. Summer, winter, spring, we're celebrating everything. Different cultures, different ways. I'm Layla, a Michigan kid who loves festivals. Every year, my family goes to the International Arab Festival in Dearborn. It's not just for Arab Americans, but for everyone. In addition to Arab food and entertainment, we also have African, Greek, Indian, Italian, Mexican, and Polish. There's one thing about Michigan. Its people are so diverse. So are its festivals. We have festivals for just about everything. Music and mushrooms, art and asparagus, syrup and sugar, birds and berries, cars and corn, pickles and pumpkins, freedom and fruit, lighthouses and lumber, snow and sunflowers, tractors and trout. These are literally hundreds of festivals, fairs, and cultural events. Obviously, we Michigan kids have a lot to celebrate. Different kinds of holidays. I'm Johnny, and this is my sister Rose. We're Michigan kids, and our great-great-great-grandfather was Chief Petoskey of the Odawa tribe. The city of Petoskey was named after our ancestor, and so was the Petoskey Stone, our official state stone. Every third weekend in August, we dance at our powwow, a big celebration that honors our heritage, with colorful costumes, loud drums, and lots of dancing. My movements in this grass dance are like the swaying of tall grass in the wind. The laws of my beautiful paradise home are made underneath a majestic white dome, where lawmakers work with the goal of enhancing the state that we love from our capital, Lansing. Go Blue, go Spartans! My name is Kyle. I'm a Michigan kid whose parents graduated from different universities in Michigan. My family gets pretty excited about college athletics, and we're not the only ones. Sellout crowds always get their money's worth, especially when great rivals like Michigan Wolverines and Michigan State Spartans meet. Both schools have strong traditions and produce a lot of outstanding athletes that go on to have successful careers in professional sports. Of course, college is about a lot more than sports. It's about getting the best education I can. I'm not sure yet what I want to be. I might be a doctor or an engineer or maybe even a graphic artist. There are plenty of colleges right here in Michigan where I can study just about anything that interests me. College seems like a long way off right now, but I know it will come faster than I think. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep my school studies and do my very best. As much as I'm enjoying wearing this helmet, there's more important things that I want to wear. Detroit is our largest city by far, the great motor city, the home of the car. Its future is bright, its past we revere. And its sports fans are loyal year after year. I'm Kian, and I'm a Michigan kid. The Detroit area has lots of cool places to visit, and I especially enjoy Greenfield Village and the Henry Ford Museum. It's fun to go back in time, riding in a Model T or seeing where the history was made in places like the bicycle shop of the Wright brothers or the laboratory of Thomas Edison. The past is fascinating, but the future is exciting too. Every year, new models and cars are introduced at the North American International Auto Show in Cobo Hall. Detroit produces great sports cars and great sports teams too. Thousands of fans watch their Tigers play baseball in Comerica Park, their Lions play football at Ford Field, and their Red Wings play hockey at the Joe Louis Arena. For me, nothing is more exciting than going to a place called the Palace of Auburn Hills to watch my Pistons. Grand Rapids is very interesting too. So are Muskegon and Kalamazoo, Saginaw, Flint, and Battle Creek. I could go on and on for a week, from Alpena to Zeeland, Marquette to Monroe. Michigan's awesome wherever you go. Binder Park Zoo, Battle Creek, Longway Planetarium, Flint Cultural Center, Flint. My name is Stephanie, and I'm a Michigan kid who likes to go places. I feel lucky that Michigan cities have so many interesting places to visit because America's 38th President Gerald R. Ford grew up in Michigan. You can visit the Ford Library in Ann Arbor or the Ford Museum in Grand Rapids. In Grand Rapids, you can also see hundreds of butterflies bloom every spring. Flint is the home of Michigan's largest planetarium, and Muskegon is the place to go for terrific roller coasters. Battle Creek is best known for its cereal, but it also has a fantastic zoo with one of the largest giraffe herds in the nation. Michigan cities are filled with great museums, libraries, zoos, parks, theaters, concert halls, galleries, and lots more. I want to visit them all. In every beautiful city and town, from border to border, like gems in a crown, among all the wonders to see and to do, are wonderful people like me and you. I'm a Michigan kid, and it's always exciting. Now I hope you'll excuse me, the walleye are biting. Michigan Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of Michigan and to the state of which it stands, two beautiful peninsulas united by a bridge of steel, where equal opportunity and justice to all is our ideal. Michigan official state symbols. The state flower is the apple blossom. The state bird is the robin. The state tree is the white pine. The state stone is the Petoskey stone. The state gem is the green stone. The state fish is the brook trout. The state soil is the Kalkaska soil series. The state mammal is the white-tailed deer. The state reptile is the painted turtle. The state wildflower is the dwarf lake iris. And the state fossil is the mastodon. From Alpena to Zeeland, Marquette to Monroe, Michigan's awesome wherever you go. After reading this book, you might do what I did. I shouted with pride, I'm a Michigan kid!